Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on January 20, 2024. Scott Peterson, LA Innocence Project takes on the famous murder case. BBC, LA Innocence Project took wife killer Scott Peterson's case because of key evidence including blood spatter th. Daily Mail, case of convicted killer Scott Peterson taken up by LA Innocence Project. The Independent, Scott Peterson writes, "I am innocent," in new court documents. Chron 4, could convicted killer Scott Peterson be freed from prison? Trudeau balancing act on Israel-Gaza annoys both sides of debate. BBC, why Israel is taking the genocide case seriously. The Atlantic, opinion, South Africa goes to The Hague to perform. The Wall Street Journal, charging Israel with genocide makes a mockery of the court. The Economist, South Africa's convenient definition of genocide targets only Israel. Theo Luhaka, French police officers given suspended sentences for brutal assault. BBC, 3 French police officers given suspended sentences for assault on young footballer. The Guardian, French officers get suspended jail terms in police brutality trial over baton attack on black man. The Telegraph, 3 French police officers given suspended jail terms for excessive force during 2017 arrest. Reuters, French officers get suspended jail terms for 2017 assault on black man. Largest known deep-sea coral reef mapped off U.S. Atlantic coast. The Guardian, largest deep-sea coral reef to date is mapped by scientists off the U.S. Atlantic coast. The Independent, deep-sea coral reef, world's largest, mapped by scientists. USA Today, new study finds largest known deep-sea coral reef habitat. The Inertia, world's largest known deep-sea coral reef is bigger than Vermont. Portland teen hailed after saving baby from electrocution. BBC, 3 die from electrocution after live power line falls on car in Oregon ice storm. Sky News, I knew I had to do something, says woman who saved baby after 3 killed by live wire. KATU, an Oregon teen saw 3 people die after sliding on ice into a power line. Then she went to help. Alarm as Israeli forces move closer to crowded areas in southern Gaza. The Guardian, Israel continues to shell near Nasser Hospital, the largest functioning hospital in Gaza. Middle East Eye, Israeli troops push deep into Gaza's southern city of Khan Yunis. BBC, fears grow for largest remaining hospital in Gaza as Israeli forces bombard Khan Yunis. The Guardian, gunfire, airstrikes as Israel pushes south against Gaza militants. US insists it's trying to get aid into Gaza as UN warns millions, at risk of famine. The Guardian, Israel's war on Gaza live, 2 mothers killed every hour, in Gaza, UN. Al Jazeera English, situation in Gaza probably worse even than we can see, says top UN humanitarian official, tête-à-tête. France 24 English, aid workers can make little impact on ocean of need in Gaza, MSF. Reuters, desperation in Gaza, Palestinians face dire humanitarian crisis. Michelle Moan's ex-lawyer apologizes to BBC for misleading comments about Tory donations. Germany warns Putin could launch attack on NATO in less than a decade. The Independent, Ukraine-Russia war, Putin could declare war on NATO in 5 to 8 years. The Telegraph, West must be prepared for war with Russia, NATO official warns ahead of major military drills. Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, all-out war with Russia a possibility within the next 20 years, senior NATO official warns. Forces Network, how war with Russia could erupt on a quiet stretch of rolling fields, forests and lakes. Haley calls Trump insecure for spreading false birther claims. BBC, Trump is spreading birther conspiracies about me because H is running scared, says Haley. The Telegraph, Nikki Haley hits back at insecure Trump ahead of New Hampshire face-off. The Independent, Nikki Haley rightly or wrongly takes tepid tack against Trump. MSNBC, threatened and insecure, Nikki Haley hits back at Donald Trump. Women added to COP29 Climate Summit Committee after backlash. The Guardian, Baku backtracks after backlash over all-male UN COP29 committee. Financial Times, COP29, Azerbaijan adds women to Climate Summit Committee following backlash over all-male panel. Euronews, Azerbaijan adds women to COP29 organizing committee after criticism. Reuters, excluding women from decision-making, campaigners condemn Azerbaijan's all-male COP29 committee. Israeli minister says only ceasefire can free hostages, as cabinet rift deepens. The Guardian, Eisenkot, key Israeli war leader challenges Netanyahu over Gaza strategy. BBC, rifts emerge over Israeli handling of war, as UN warns of catastrophic situation in Gaza. Euronews, the pressure is building on Netanyahu over hostages. His only option is an all-for-all deal. The Guardian, Israeli minister says only a deal can free captives as rift split cabinet. Iran's sudden strikes show just how perilous region has become. BBC, Iran's IRGC kills Mossad's main man in Iraq, stunning detail out amid tensions with Israel. Hindustan Times, Iran shows off powerful missiles that could reach Europe to new clients. iNews, Iran targets Syria, Iraq and Pakistan, the West Asia Post. WION, Iran on all fronts, Netanyahu rejects Saudi peace plan, China's baby bust, France education minister, The World this week. Explainer, what does Red Sea disruption mean for Europe's economy? Reuters, China's exporters bearing brunt of Red Sea conflict. CNA, Red Sea attacks, slight fall in shipping costs but still over 300% more expensive than November, fueling inflation fears. Sky News, tracking ships in the Red Sea. The Economist, shipping chiefs told UK won't stand by while Red Sea attacks continue. Fani Willis says deputy's estranged wife interfering with prosecution of Trump. The Independent, Trump prosecutor Fani Willis faces misconduct claims. BBC, prosecutor in Trump Georgia case paid for flights with Fulton County DA, filing shows. Palestinians tell of fears for the future as war destroys Gaza. BBC, hostilities in the Gaza Strip and Israel, reported impact, the 19th of January 2024 at 23:59 occupied Palestinian territory. Relief Web, Gaza's morning ritual, searching under rubble for dolls, books, loved ones. Al Jazeera English, Oxfam has never witnessed before unprecedented humanitarian crisis now unfolding in war-torn Gaza. France 24 English, surviving the war in Gaza, occupied Palestinian territory. Alec Baldwin faces fresh manslaughter charge over Rust shooting. BBC, Alec Baldwin indicted for involuntary manslaughter in fatal gunfire on film set. The Guardian, Alec Baldwin charged again over fatal shooting on Rust film set. Sky News, Alec Baldwin faces manslaughter trial over shooting on Rust set. The Times, grand jury indicts Alec Baldwin over shooting of cinematographer on film set. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.